Hi everybody, it's Claire from Claire's Food Haven. Tonight I'm going to be making one of our favourite meals to eat and cook, Chili Con Carne. So let's get cooking. First I'm going to turn the hob up to 4 and put some oil in the pan. This takes a while to get hot. Okay, the ingredients for 4 servings. You will need 2 onions, 500 grams of mince, some tomato puree and Worcester sauce, paprika, chili flakes and chili powder, or you could use fresh chilies, some mushrooms and kidney beans, 2 tins of tomatoes, some cooking oil. We're going to be serving this with some basmati rice tonight, or you could serve it with tacos or wraps, and we'd like to sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top too. You're also going to need some garlic for the ingredients. So first off, I like to chop the garlic and onion. I do have a garlic crusher, but I actually prefer to do it this way. And the onion. Ooh, those onions are strong. We're going to cut the mushrooms up. There's a big debate raging online about whether you should peel your mushrooms or not, whether you should wash your mushrooms or not, and it seems that people are very divided on this. But personally, I like to just prep them like this. I've never had any problems doing them like this. I think they taste delicious. Sometimes I might peel them, but these are really good mushrooms. I'm just going to cook them as they are. Been cooking for a few minutes and they're starting to smell good already, the onion and the garlic. I've been cooking a few more minutes and the onions have a nice translucent look to them, so I'm happy to put the mince in now. Normally the mince has some paper on the other side like that you need to take off. And we're going to break it up now, break the mince up into little pieces. This can take a little bit of time, but it's worth it. The mince is browned up, so I'm going to add a tablespoon of Worcester sauce into here. I'm just going to let that evaporate off for a minute. It smells lovely, the Worcester sauce, as it's cooking off there. Now I'm going to make this a mild chilli, and for that I'm going to add a generous teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of chili flakes, maybe not even half a teaspoon, there's maybe just a quarter, and a very small amount of mild chili powder. Now you could use hot chili powder if you prefer. You could use fresh chilies, they would be ideal for this. And we're just going to stir all of that in so it cooks into the meat. Smelling great. I'm going to add the mushrooms. And some tomato puree. And the tins of tomatoes. And just a little bit of water. I've drained the water out of the kidney beans and I'm going to add about half of these. Now if you prefer you can always add more, but that will do for us. Stir that in. I've got some sugar, just a teaspoon. That will help neutralise the acidity from the tomatoes. And let that cook for about 40 minutes. Someone asked me a few weeks ago on this channel, don't you season with salt? And I don't anymore. I used to season with salt until about a month ago when I stopped cooking with salt for health reasons. Surprisingly, in this meal I'm making tonight, there is already salt in the food. The beef mince has half a gram of salt in it for 100 grams. And the cheese that I'm going to be serving with my meal, that will have about half a gram of salt. So there is already plenty of salt in this food, so I really don't need to add any more. The estimated food cost for tonight's chili con carne for 4 servings is £8.04, and the estimated energy cost is 60p. So added together, altogether, this meal will cost about £8.64 to make. Been bubbling away there nicely for about 20 minutes. Oh, this is looking really good. It's been cooking for a good half an hour. Just going to give it a stir. I'm going to turn it up a little bit to 4 on the hob. And I've got the rice on the back there. I've got about 150 grams in there, if that's for 2 servings. So I've just popped some water on the rice and I'm going to cook that for a good 10 minutes once it comes to boil. So I've cooked enough chili tonight for 4 servings, but we're only going to be using 2 servings, and I'll freeze the rest so that we can eat it another time. So I've turned off all the hobs, I've drained the rice in the colander and I rinsed it under the cold tap to get rid of the excess starch on top of the rice. It just makes it go a bit fluffier if you do that. Just ready to serve it out. Chili con carne. Bon appetit. That was gorgeous, full of flavour, had just the right amount of heat in it for us. And I also served mine with a little bit of mayo on the side and a sprinkle of cheddar cheese on top. It was delicious.